Welcome to our new series, the 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie.
All right. Quick review for me. That's it. That's my last movie of the week. Soto, I know you got one more on the docket.
One more.
One more. You have filmed 96 overall. The 96th movie. We're almost at 100. So take us home this week, Soto. What was the last movie we're going to review this week?
A movie that we are reviewing is 2016's Sully. This stars Tom Hanks. It is the real life story of the pilot Sully, who landed the airplane on the Hudson River. It kind of goes through the aftermath of that. I think what I found, well, I'll tell you why I put this on. Really surprising, but it was 90 minutes.
Wow, I wouldn't
so that's
expect
usually
that short. No, that's a good time. Just for a Tom Hanks film.
Well, I didn't even know that Clint Eastwood directed this until the end. So I was like, okay, like I saw Tom Hanks was on. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm in the mood. Tom Hanks, just take me there. Like, I know Tom Hanks is an everyman guy. Just give me a story, tell me a thing. And the story really starts in the aftermath of the crash and kind of like, how Sully is going through, did he make the right decision to land the plane in a Hudson? And he's answering questions from the, Department of Transportation. And they're digging into it and they're like, oh, our simulations show that if you handle it a different way, blah, blah. But like, I don't know if you know the story about this, but all 155 people on this plane lived.
Yep.
So shortly after takeoff, they ran into a bunch of birds, and the birds got into the engines and blew out both the fucking engines on the plane. And the plane basically had no fucking like power. So he had to make a decision about going to this one airport in New Jersey or go back to LaGuardia. And he kind of eyeballed it in the moment and everything that was going on. He's like, no, the best thing for me to do is do this water landing. And it was like -5 degrees. The water was 32 degrees. But like he did what he had to do in a split second. And, but people were questioning it. But it starts in the aftermath. And then as the movie goes on, it then starts showing like, kind of more things happen in the cockpit and things that led up to that day. This is not like a movie that is Memento, okay? Or any sort of movie that's going to blow your mind. It's just a very well done, kind of real life recreation of something that actually happened behind the scenes. Well acted. I thought, to me, well directed. It was handled perfectly fine. It movied. I thought Tom Hanks was great in this. And I thought it was just really interesting. It kind of delved into the whole PTSD thing. Human error, like, and how you do stuff. And I thought it was really well done. And I don't think that anyone learned a lesson in this movie, like a regular movie is. Because, like, with these movies, they're just trying to describe an event. But I enjoyed this movie from the beginning to end. And I was happy that it didn't last 2.5 hours. And then when I saw that Clint Eastwood had directed this, I said, okay, that makes sense. But simple movie, really easy to watch, really easy to digest, super interesting. If you want to know about this real life situation, I mean, it's just, people tell me all the time how they don't fly in airplanes and how they're scared to fly in airplanes. And I tell these people all the time, and you know what? If you're afraid to fly in airplanes, I'm not judging you. Because I know I can be very judgy on a lot of my opinions that I come across. And that I'm sorry, that's just who I am. But I'm working on it. Okay, if you're afraid of going in an airplane, fine. But I want you to understand this: when an airplane crashes, it's national news because it happens so fucking rarely.
Yep.
This situation, everybody lived, and it was so crazy that, like there's a guy who went through this situation and lived through this situation to see himself being played by Tom Hanks in a movie. Like, that's how rare airplanes crash.
Well, what surprised me most
But
about
these same
this,
people,
real quick
Yeah.
is the fact that you said it because I knew the true story. Most of us did, and I know Tom explained it, but that everyone lived, and then Mike, which is
Everyone
great. Do
lived.
not get me wrong, but then it was the absurdity. The questioning that happened afterwards. I like the fact that some people were questioning, and I forget, what they were doing. Just
Yes.
the decision making. Like, excuse me, and this is my thought. I'm like, no one died.
Yeah.
There's no
Who
questions.
died?
No, there's no questions. If half the people, something happened and they lost half the people, yes, I would get, okay, now we got to
Yes.
kind of question into, and I know the Sully, would have been like, he would have to live with that and deal with that. Everyone lived. This should have been a very, and it was at first. And then all of a sudden I'm like, why is this still a story? Why are they quite like, what the fuck is, and then I'm just like, I don't get it. Like I was like, I was flabbergasted about it. But anyhow, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, well, no, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Everybody lived. And I kept saying that actually through the movie because they're questioning it. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Everyone lived. Now, of course, it is a piece of machinery, and there's liabilities and insurance and things like that. So they have to like know what's up. But at the same time, everybody lived. It wasn't a national. This could have easily been a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
Had he gone and tried to land it in LaGuardia or something like that, he would have crashed his plane in the middle of fucking Manhattan. And for anybody who's an American, like that's like a very traumatic like image to think of, right? Like, and at the very beginning, there's like it's like a dream sequence, but you don't know it's a dream sequence. And he's flying the plane, and it's losing altitude, and you're like, okay, well, he's gonna make it because clearly he's flying over the city. And then they have the plane crash in the city, and you're immediately like, oh, this is not true. This must be a dream because I know what it looks like when an airplane crashes in New York City. Like, I know what it looks like when it crashes to a building, and it hasn't happened since. And he's really been like another person who did that. And he made a decision at the moment, and it was great. And the way that they just paced it out and the way that the structure was, the storytelling, I thought it was very well done. Like, is this a movie that will blow you away? No, but I mean, it's a good story about something true. And it's done in a respectful way, in a way that I thought was entertaining and informative, and certainly a lot more interesting than Oppenheimer, which I watched this year. So
that was film number one. Just think about that for a second.
Yeah, I think I watched that on a New Year's Eve or some shit like that. It would literally like it was the beginning of the year when I watched that. Yep. So where do I rank Sully? This one's tough. I don't think it deserves to be under some of these movies because it's better than them. I mean, because like, did I enjoy this movie? This is hard now. I'm looking at an ocean of movies right now.
Sometimes it's best.
Oh man, it's definitely better than Oppenheimer. Yeah, it's better than Oppenheimer, so it's at least in my top 25. God. That was a tough one. I'm going to say that this movie is I don't want to do back-to-back number 20s, man.
If you got
I just put the ballerina on 20.
I've done it. I mean, if you think this is 20, is this under Paddington and above ballerina?
I'm going to put it under ballerina.
So 21.
Right. Let's just start there. Yeah, 21.
This can always change.
I don't think it could change, but this is a good movie. Like, if you walk up to me at Blockbuster and you're like, hey, is this a good movie? Like, it's Tom Hanks. I like Tom Hanks. Am I going to enjoy this? I'll be like, you're going to enjoy the shit out of this. You will not require you to think the good guys win. Okay? There's no complicated feelings. Everyone lives. Like, has a nice little shot of like the real people at the end, which I always like in movies of this nature. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Certainly enjoyed it a lot more than Oppenheimer. And it reminded me of Tom Cruise, like being a good actor. And I haven't seen his newer stuff. I know he was Mr. Rogers.
You mean Tom Hanks?
But it reminded me of what? Yeah,
you said Tom Cruise. You said Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is only good in one movie, and that was Magnolia. But Tom Hanks, I apologize. I know because it's so easy to mix up. But yeah, it reminded me of him being a good actor, and I really liked it. I don't know. I haven't seen him in any good stuff lately, but I've kind of just haven't been looking for it either. But this was a good Tom Hanks movie. Solid Sully.
Number 21. Solid Sully, number 21. Oh, well, Soto, 96 down. Next week.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead. Yeah, ask away.
Who is going to watch Minecraft the movie?
Do we have to? Is that our 100?
It's on Max for free.
Where is it at? What? It's on Max?
It's on Max, dude.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We only need 4 movies next week. 4 to hit 100. So we're going to do Minecraft as our 100th movie. Do you think I remember. Are we both going to... So, how about this? We each watch... how do we do this? Yeah, so as long as we can get to 100, we'll make Minecraft. Because even if we watch it first, I'll make a... But if that's what you want, the Minecraft movie will be our 100th movie. So...
Now, I don't know shit about Minecraft. You might know more than I do.
Outside of what I've
really?
I've never played it.
I guess, yeah, you are older than me. Yeah, but there's a lot of kids that like this movie. It's a big movie with the kids. I like Jack Black. So I'll watch anything Jack Black is in.
I will say this. I don't know much about Minecraft. I mean, outside of like some videos here and there from content creators, and obviously they're just doing funny jokes, whatever. I don't get. I will say there's been complaints that when Jack Black says chicken jockey and the kids go wild, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But we can find out. Yeah. We can find out. So yes, Soto, if we both watch at least 2 movies each, and then the last one, Minecraft, we'll make our 100th movie review will be Minecraft the movie. You set it up. You just did it. We are almost there. And then afterwards, if we got time, we can reflect on our list, our halfway there list. Yeah. So I had no plans on watching this movie. But now that you brought it up, thanks. So who knows what might,
It's free.
I like free. Free is good. I keep looking at, there's other movies I want to see that aren't free, and I just wait to see. I'm like, is it going to be free this month? There's a few, like, I kind of want to see this. If it becomes free, I'm going to watch it. They're just not free anywhere, and I don't want to pay for it yet. But, yeah, I keep looking. So, Minecraft it is. So, Minecraft will be our 100th movie next week. Oh, I don't know if that's good or bad, but we'll go from there. So, anyhow, that is the 200 movie challenge. That is episode 20. Holy shit, Soto. 9 movies this week, including a rehash and a slaw. Glad that's kind of done with. But
can't skip weeks anymore. These are like epic episodes.
I know. Here we are. We're almost like an hour.
We're basically reviewing entire cinema lineups. So 9 movies. It's like, what's playing at the movie? 9 movies are playing. These are the 9.
So let's put it this way, Soto. This podcast is longer than some of the movies we've watched. Because we've been doing this for an hour 40. Think about it. And it's going to take me 2-3 hours just to go through this. Because once I get it through, because it has to. Yeah, so this is when. That's usually when I watch wrestling. I haven't done it in a while. I just pop on wrestling every time. Like, okay, cut. There we go. Upload, blah, blah, blah. Okay, upload to YouTube. It's just a long process. Not that people need to know. Not that people are listening. But yes, an hour 40. But you know what? Sometimes we have to skip a week. We don't like to, but life is more important. But anyhow,
we just did a movie. We just did a live movie.
We just did a movie. We just did a movie length movie reviews, and because they're usually an hour. This is probably the longest one because 9.
We don't even do podcasts this long, and we talk about nothing on those.
I know. Well, we just usually it's an hour. So anyhow, let's get this going. Let's end in this. Let this end. Yeah. See, I'm tongue tied already. Thank you, folks. If you're listening, let us know about any of the 9 movies. If you somehow are listening to this, just leave a comment of a movie you want us to see.
Kudos to you.
Kudos to you. No one's listening anyhow. But, somehow if you just skip to the end, thanks. And, we'll see you again next week.